Today, I know a lot of people have PTSD, and it does not have to do with being in the war. When you have PTSD, I kind of wrote some stuff down, so I would remember. People with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, people feeling on the edge, nightmares, night terrors, noises make them jump really easily, trauma. People have trauma like when something happened to them or they experience something like being sexually assaulted or witnessing somebody being hurt, something that's really bad that disturbs the brain, like life-threatening events, situations, events, what people have been through or experienced physical harm. And I know that a lot of people does not understand what it's like to have PTSD, because I just found out not too long ago from my therapist that I have it. And I didn't even know it. But what am I getting back to? People with PTSD, they have a hard time sleeping. They lose interests and stuff, like they don't have the energy. They get angry or irritability. They have a hard time concentrating in life and constantly on guard. PTSD, also people have flashbacks, having angry outbursts, having a hard time concentrating, being jumpy, drug abuse, depression, memories that will not go away. And I'm pretty sure that everybody has PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. It's not all the same. They're all different. But I read some of these, and I believe that everybody is not the same. Not everybody's going to have the same stuff. I believe that everybody's different. Like, a lot of memories will not go away. That's where the night terrors come in. Like, anything that triggers, like, sense of smell, anything, that will remind them of what happened to them or what the person experienced. Response changes. I don't know if this is really accurate or not, but this is what I found out. 70% of adults have experienced some type of traumatic events. 20% people do develop PTSD. 5% of Americans have PTSD at any given time. That's 11.2 million people. So I'm pretty sure there's multiple people out there that do have post-traumatic stress disorder. It's hard because a lot of people that has never dealt with it in their whole lives are not going to understand how the way we feel. 1 out of 10 women develops PTSD. Women are twice as likely as men to develop PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Treatments of PTSD: family therapy, behavior therapy, ECT. Internal triggers: anxiety, anger, pain, sense of smell. Like, it has to do with what the body feels and the mind and the emotions. And I haven't even figured out what my triggers are from having my PTSD, because I remembered one time something happened, and I don't know, just in my sleep I punched my fiance in the face really hard, because I don't know if he done something, like got in my face, or I don't know how it works for sure. But post-traumatic stress disorder is real. It can happen to anybody at any age. And it's really hard to deal with. You know, it's not an easy thing, you have to deal with a lot of things in your head. You have to battle. You're always having your guard up. Like, anything can trigger you. Like, I need to figure out what my triggers are, but I think I know what it is that triggers my post-traumatic stress disorder. Is when a man tries to step up to me like a man, gets in my face, they want to be violent first. Or, I don't know, it could be anything, sexually assaulted, anything that was bad, like a bad experience or something that you've seen that you shouldn't have seen. And a lot of people just do not understand it. And I mean, I didn't know that I had it. But ever since I found out that I have it, I kept looking it up more. And it's really hard to find out what's what, because every site's got a different opinion. Not everything's gonna have the same results. But yeah, it's hard to deal with. Nobody's not gonna understand. And I guess it's hard in a relationship to keep, or the partner doesn't understand. And it's really, really hard to accept. It's not easy. It's like you want to stay away from people. You want to isolate yourself because you don't want to be a bother. It's basically like anything. Like if you step outside, and it's like for me, when I hear a conversation or something going on, when it's going on outside, that triggers me. People getting in my face triggers me. I've had men that hurt me. That triggers my post-traumatic stress disorder. Where I outburst badly. Another one is probably when people get in my face. People that's trying to provoke me is probably my triggers, and I need to find out what else are my triggers so that I can control it more. A lot of people thinks it's easy to handle. No, it's not. Because we didn't ask for anxiety attacks. We didn't want problems with us. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one out there. But it's really hard to understand other people. I've had some things that happened to me that I shouldn't have flashbacks to. But I do. It's like when I forgot everything's going on and then somebody has to be stupid, like say something or bring up something or does something, like bam, flashbacks are coming back in my head. And it's really, really hard to accept. But, there's treatments for it. And it's just something that it will never leave your head. Yeah, I know. that not everybody has post-traumatic stress disorder as the same issue. It can all be different. It could be from a little kid. It could be from seeing violence or somebody harming you. Somebody that harmed me. That I seen people being bullied. I don't know. Everybody's different with their post-traumatic stress disorder. That's where anxiety comes in. And I believe that people that have PTSD has a hard time controlling their anger. And I believe that people loves to try to provoke somebody else. Like I said, I really don't fully understand. But the systems are real. You don't have to be somebody in the military. It can happen to anybody at any time, at any age, any day, any time point given. It only depends, like seeing violence, somebody hurting you, or you seen somebody getting hurt by somebody else, violence, anything that you really shouldn't see. But I didn't know that post-traumatic stress disorder would make you abuse drugs. That's kind of messed up, but I mean, everybody's different, not everybody's the same. But I just think it's sad that a lot of people doesn't understand it, and a lot of people want to call us the outcasts. We're not the outcasts. We're just, isolation. I don't want to bother people with our problems. We have a hard time communicating with friends or family. It's like we have a hard time keeping a conversation. It's like anybody that was like, okay, let's say this. You didn't have post-traumatic stress disorder, okay? You were doing what you usually did. You could keep a conversation. You could talk to people. You can be in a huge crowd. You didn't see nothing violent. You didn't see nobody hitting on you. You didn't see nobody else getting hurt. People with PTSD, we are complete opposite. It had to be from somebody getting sexually assaulted or raped, that's seen stuff that they never should have seen or experienced. People that have post-traumatic stress disorder is because of what happened to us individuals. Everybody else's is different. I don't know how they got theirs. But, it's a real thing. It's a struggle to live with every day. Trying not have something triggering back in your brain like a flashback. Like for me, it doesn't take very long for a flashback to come in my head just because it takes somebody to do something or say something or a certain smell. Or people are trying to be stupid towards me. Everybody's different. It's not easy to deal with. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that's out there that has anxiety attacks. The only people that will truly understand what post-traumatic stress disorder is, unless if somebody else has been through it and is diagnosed with it. And I think it's sad because a lot of people don't understand people with PTSD. It's not easy. I mean, like, a normal person can go on about their day. They don't have to worry about night terrors. They don't have to worry about having flashbacks like us do. I mean, it's like with PTSD, the images of everything that bad or anything you experience that's ever happened to you, it comes back in our brains. And it's not healthy and it's not good that post-traumatic stress disorder does that. We didn't ask for it. It's just something that happens in life that we cannot control. And I think it would be awesome if people could understand about it, instead of people like trying to tell us that, hey, you'll get over it, you'll be fine. That's not a very nice thing to do. I mean, I know the world don't care, the world don't give a shit, but a lot of things, if people would understand a lot of things, what's going on with other people. Some people don't care. Some people do. But I believe that my triggers are when somebody wants to fight with me, tries to argue with me, tries to gang up on me, or tries to step up to me like a man. Like certain type of musics, like triggers. I don't understand it. I mean, it's music. It's supposed to be enjoyable. It's like certain songs that triggers me. And that's what triggers my PTSD really bad. And especially when somebody's trying to like bully me or to gang up on me or trying to act stupid. Again, it's bringing back flashbacks of what people used to do to me. And that's not good. And that's something I cannot help. You know. But, you know, therapy is helping. And I really don't like to say much of what's going on with me. But I'm pretty sure that some people would understand. And some people would care, and some people wouldn't even give a shit. But I'm just saying in general, it's it's not an easy thing to deal with. It's hard as it is. And it's not easy. A lot of people think like when something's going on, we get upset or we can't think straight, have a hard time concentration. And then people think we don't know what we're doing. Nobody understands what's going on in our heads. Always having our guard up. Thinking that all people want to do is hurt. But what I've noticed reading up on PTSD, and it said having your guard up because of people, what they used to do, or increase, what was it called again? Can't remember. I can't remember, but I know I put it down somewhere, but basically it says that your danger triggers are more up, like you're more aware of where you're at, what people are doing, what they're saying, like you have your guard up more than you ever had before. That's what's hard for people to